guys, welcome back to our podcast. This is Real Talk for Real Estate Investors. I think this is number 91. I am back here with Caitlin Hummer, our marketing director, and in the previous vlog, we were talking about our rebranding and its purpose. Do you have anything you want to share before we get started?
I'm really nervous to be on this side of the table. I know that we just did a vlog, but I don't know.
Lots of questions.
Now I know what everyone else feels whenever I'm interviewing them. So this is fun. This is going to be
It's scary. I feel like the interviewer is the most, it's the easier side of the table.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because you have to think of things to say. I got my questions. Much easier. We will go ahead and get started. And so one of the bigger things that people are going to notice about our rebranding is some of the changes. So can you kind of talk about all or many of the changes or the most noticeable ones?
Yeah, where do we start? Most noticeable is probably the logo.
Yeah.
Especially if you follow us on any kind of social media, you're so used to seeing one account being a certain name and photo, and when one day some random account just starts popping up on your feed, you're like, what is this? So it's not a random account, still us. We just changed the name and our logo. So our logo used to be Freedom Real Estate Group with a eagle in the background that was the United States flag. So now it is Freedom Family Investments. And the freedom is actually Thomas Jefferson's handwriting, straight from the Declaration of Independence. So it was personally and customly designed for us. So each letter was specifically hand drawn out for the logo. The blue that is on the Freedom Family Investments is the color blue that is on the United States flag. Mm-hmm. So there was a lot of design and meaning going behind that new logo. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, we touched on it a little bit in the vlog, is that why we went with this name instead of something else. So freedom, you touched on it a lot, is, we are providing investors with financial freedom. We are in the United States, it incorporates the Declaration of Independence, mm-hmm. the American flag, it all is freedom related. And then family, we are still very much a family of companies, so we still have, Boardwalk Renovations, Independence Property Management, Cash for Houses, mm-hmm. and several others. So we're still a family of companies, and we still wanted to make that very apparent. And then investments, because we offer investments.
Yeah, that's true. Can you talk a little bit about the silhouette of the eagle?
Yeah, so we still wanted to incorporate the eagle, and this was probably the hardest part with our rebranding, was what eagle did we want to use, because we wanted something that was going to look very sleek, professional, and elegant, without taking away from the freedom, because mm-hmm. the freedom font alone is so impactful. So we decided on this eagle that looks like it's kind of soaring in an upward direction. And really that eagle is not to be tampered with in any way. It's supposed to be a silhouette. So for it to be as real as possible, we kept it as a black silhouette. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I always it's a very sleek eagle.
Yes,
I like it a lot.
I love it. If you go to freedomfamilyinvestments.com, it's one of the very first few things that you'll see on that
mm-hmm.
homepage.
Yep. Can you talk a little bit about the website? I know we have some different offerings on the website, different directions and paths. Can you go over that?
Yeah, so the website, like I said, is freedomfamilyinvestments.com now, and it is very simple. I think actually one of the words on the homepage mm-hmm. is simple, and that was done on purpose. We wanted a simple, easy process for anyone who goes to our website. So we tried to keep it very minimal with the colors. So there's really only at any given time really 3 colors that you're mm-hmm. going to see, and one of those is base white, which is kind of the base. Then we have the dark blue, which is the blue I talked about from the American flag, and then we have a lighter blue, just to add a little bit of contrast to it. But on the website, you are going to really see 2 different kind of categories. You're going to see a turnkey / rental income side, and then you're going to see a syndication funds slash interest side of things. So we basically are now offering a lot more under this one company that pertains to a whole pool of different investors. Does that answer your question?
Yes. Yes. Our old website was great, definitely, for strictly turnkey and rentals. And I like the expansion and ease and direction of the new website. Now, there's 2 different paths you can take. Takes you two different directions depending on what your financial goal is, which I think is awesome.
Yeah, and we even on the, if you are on our website and you are signing up for our mailing list, we even ask you what you're interested in. And there's some investors who are going to be interested in learning about both turnkey options and funds and syndications. So that is an option if you're wanting to learn about them. But also if you're just wanting to learn about one or the other, you have that option as well, because we want to make sure that we are catering to whatever each individual investor is wanting.
Yep, exactly. What would you say the purpose of this rebranding process was?
Great question. I was just wondering what so this, like I said, this is a great question. So in the past, we had Freedom Real Estate Group and Freedom Family Capital, previously Freedom Capital Investments. Freedom Real Estate Group was our turnkey company, and Freedom Family Capital was our syndication and fund company. And we were having that overlap there where a lot of investors were wanting to learn about both. And they were having to go to 2 different websites, 2 different social medias. They were getting confused on who they were talking to. They were thinking that we were different, like we were a completely different company with like different people. And it was simply put just causing a lot of confusion. So we decided to simplify it for all of our investors. That way everything is just under one roof. But we wanted to have a brand that's more modern. It's up to date. It's clean looking, and it's really just professional. So we played around a lot with a couple of different names. We thought about maybe just keeping the Freedom Real Estate Group or Freedom Family Capital, but there was some potential confusion there with if we kept like Freedom Real Estate Group, investors would think that was only turnkey.
Yep.
So we just went with Freedom Family Investments, and again, we're the same people, same owners, and same processes for the most part. It's just all under this umbrella name now, and it's all in one place.
True. Yes. I'd love to hear from some of the investors that were confused about the 2 different companies, and the ones who were interested in this and their thoughts about this new branding, to see if it's easier for them, because that was the entire goal, just to make it easier for investors. So I'd like to hear from them, and I think that'd be really cool. If you have a story about that, you can leave it in the comments below. Reach out to us. We'd love to hear your story, and if you like how it's going right now.
For sure. Or even if you have any suggestions for the website. This has been in the works for a very long time now, but we are still in a learning process. We're still growing. We're still making changes as we are going on about this, and we keep continuing to push the rebrand. If you see anything or you have any suggestions on where we can improve or add things, maybe something is still not as clear as it could be, please let us know. The whole goal of this is to make it a simpler, easier process for you.
Right. Exactly. My next question is, what are some of the new things that we are offering along with our rebranding process?
Yeah, so another great question. We are now offering our Freedom Guarantee, which is for our turnkey properties. It's become a new company standard for all of our turnkey properties, like I said. So some things within that is you are going to get a 1-year warranty on all items that were on the scope of work. You're going to get instant cash flow guaranteed with us now leasing properties or not selling properties until after they are completely leased and actively cash flowing. Gosh, I can't even think. What are some of the other things that are in there?
There is the maintenance guarantee. There's the 0% management guarantee for 1 year.
Yep. So free property management for a year. There's like a whole list, and I can't even think of any of them right now.
Well, if you want, our investors, you could check out in our emails, because that is placed there for the past, I'd say maybe 10 emails for our Freedom inventory, to see like our available inventory. Those, it's in every single one. It's detailed, as well as in our property presentations, in the investor access folders. You can see everything. It's in bullet point form for ease of reading. You can see the list of things that are the new offerings in them. It's well laid out, and it is a guarantee.
Yes. Another one was like a 90-day rent guarantee.
Yes.
And so what that means is, when your property does become vacant, we will guarantee that within 90 days we will get it re-rented. On day 91, if it is not, then we will start paying rent towards that. But again, that is only after the property becomes vacant.
Right, exactly. It's just a guarantee for our investors that you will continue to receive that cash flow, will continue to be able to reach your goals to financial freedom with, either path that you go to, including turnkey.
Correct.
Yep.
Some other things that we are now offering, I touched on it a little bit. So we have the funds and syndications, which is another way to invest your money. So we have expanded that. There are going to be several different types of funds that are coming up in the very near future. They're coming soon. I know Danny is working very hard on getting those squared away, but they are longer term funds. So there's a couple of options for like 3-year funds, and then there's a couple for 7-year funds as well. And it all just depends on what your investing objectives are. They are currently on the website briefly. I kind of discuss it. But they do say coming soon. So as soon as we have more information, we'll definitely put those up there for you. And then we also added a couple of other features. So you are now able to reserve a property online. So basically, if you go to our turnkey page and you see a rental property that you like, that you want to invest in, you can basically reserve it for a small cost. Submit your information to us, and then our team will get working on it. And then the same thing with the funds and syndication. We are working on an invest now kind of feature. So a lot more of a streamlined process, and a lot easier for them to start investing sooner rather than later.
Exactly. What can our investors kind of expect with all these changes happening?
Yeah, so I've said the word easy a lot in very different variations. Easiest, easier. That's really the main goal. An easier process, an easier journey, quicker journey for you. We are also working on quality, so you're going to be receiving higher quality assets, especially with like the Freedom Guarantee rolling out. That's going to be huge. And then continuing to expand the choices you have to invest in. And then I said it a little earlier, but making it a more streamlined process for you. Instead of having to go to all kinds of different places or different people or different sources, it's just one place now.
Exactly. It's just making it easier. It makes it also more trustworthy too, because you know what's happening.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a very good point. And that was like one of the confusions that we were previously having with the several different websites.
Yep.
I think I touched on it a little bit in the blog, was that people were getting confused. Like, is this really you guys, or is this your website? Like, what's going on here? So this will hopefully deter all that.
Yeah, exactly. So say if someone was brand new to Freedom Family Investments, didn't know us before, but they know us now, and they're interested in speaking to someone, who could they talk to about this process or getting started?
Yeah, so it's going to depend on that investor's objectives. So they're, like I said, if they're wanting turnkey or funds, they're going to talk to different people. So if they are interested in turnkey investments, they're going to talk to Darcy, who's our investment specialist. If they are interested in funds or syndications, they're going to talk to CJ and Ben, who are investment specialists for those types of investments. If you aren't sure, if you're maybe on the fence, I would maybe suggest talking to CJ, just because CJ has played a role in both. He knows the turnkey side of things very well. He also knows the funds and syndication things side of well. side of things very well. So maybe go to CJ, or maybe if you're just looking for some general information and you aren't really sure, you're just wanting to talk to someone, reach out to us in the invest email. So that's invest@freedomfamilyinvestments.com, or you can even check out our website. There's a ton of website content there. We are working on creating a whole knowledge base page, actually, that is going to be kind of like a like a flashcard, essentially. So it'll have different words on it, and then you'll click on it, and it'll kind of like flip over, taking to another page.
Fancy.
That says what that definition is. So it's really more of like an education pool as well, because that's another thing. We work with investors in various different stages of their journey. So we work with well-seasoned investors, and we work with investors who haven't even gotten started in real estate yet. They're just learning about the industry. So definitely check out the website and then reach out to us however you're most comfortable with. Any of the people I just said, we'll make sure to put it all in the description below. But definitely don't hesitate to reach out.
That's so fun. Our investors get to quiz themselves on their knowledge now.
Oh, yeah.
Of the whole industry. See how much you know about it.
Yeah. We also have a quiz, too. I love to take quizzes. Anytime I have an opportunity to take a quiz online, I do it. But it's a quick 10-question quiz, and it's just going to ask you some general information about kind of what you're looking for to help gauge on what may be the best investing strategy for you. Maybe you're an active investor, maybe you're more kind of in the middle, you aren't active or passive, or maybe you're strictly passive. So all of that quiz should help you mostly kind of help answer some of those questions as well.
Kind of direct you on what path you should take when you enter into the website. Yes. Okay. Well, I think that is all the questions I have for you. Is there anything else you want to add?
I don't think so. I think that's it.
Okay, cool. Well, this was another installment of Real Talk for Real Estate Investors, podcast 91, I think it was. Like we always say, like and subscribe, and leave any questions you have. Go ahead and send them to us, and we'd love to answer your questions. So we always like to end these with Invest Smart
and live happy.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Nothing on this show should be considered specific personal or professional advice. Please consult an appropriate tax, legal, real estate, financial, or business professional for individualized advice. Opinions and information on this show are not guaranteed. All investment strategies have the potential for profit or loss.